Already 3 for his last 37. That's over his last 9 games. Lines this one out towards straightaway center field, drifting out toward right center. Trout at the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch. Mike Trout with another spectacular grab. There is out number 2. Now that is Torrey Hunter, circa 2002 against Barry Bonds in the All-Star game.
That was an unbelievable play. I mean, he had to go so far. We talked about how spacious it is here at center field at Camden Yards. Full leap. I mean, he's way over the wall. That's insane. That's an unbelievable play by Mr. Mike Trout. That is full extension. Half of his body is over the wall.
Yeah, what, 427.
Check this out. You got the 4 outfield alignment against Mike Trout.
Last couple of seasons prior to this, when Mike Trout had a higher launch angle, but his launch angle has leveled out this year. So there's not as many fly balls.
God, this is where when you see all this smarty pants stuff happening, this is where you just want Mike to hit a 100-mile-an-hour rocket right back up the middle. Or just homer.
Yeah, that would be good.
It's just homer. 2 balls and no strikes.
Lower third, that's his pitch.
How many teams do this to Trout?
I've never seen 4 outfielders before.
You know, the Rays do this occasionally. I know that the Astros did this a couple of years ago to Joey Gallo, but they only did it in Houston. It wasn't like a regular thing. 2-2.
Not only is a 4 outfield, they're all playing extremely deep, so Trout, if he makes any contact at all other than on the ground, he's got a good chance of falling in there in the outfield.
Oh, get going. Get going. Yeah, put 4 guys out there. Put 7 guys out there. He'll hit it over the lot of you.
That was a majestic home run for Trout. His 8th home run. Jumped on an elevated pitch, and he got it out. And you needed one more outfielder to put him in the stands. That's all you needed. That's on the inner half. Runs that one in, brings the hands in, and still lifts it out for Trout. How quick he was able to bring his hands inside on that baseball. That had some height. Where's that other outfielder?
Number 8 for Mike Trout. He's telling Albert, oh yeah, put another guy out there. I'll hit it over him too.
Trout, Pujols, Upton, and Ohtani. Simmons is having a career year at the plate.
And we'll talk more about him when we see him, but yeah, he's obviously been a great glove man, but now he is a threat at the plate as well. Here's Trout, Jersey native, and hits one in the air to left on a line. Back is Stanton over his head. Off the wall, and Cozart will dig for third and score on an RBI double. The first pitch that Mike Trout sees here tonight. 1-0, Angels on top on a laser off the bat of Mike Trout here in the first.
Yeah, these two have hooked up a lot. Gray and Trout. Gray striking him out 13 times. Watched every one of those at bats. And that pitch right there did not happen very often off of Gray. He's tried to get him away, and Trout went up there saying, I ain't even getting deep in the count. Lasered one over the head of Stanton, who's playing left field.
Hit one off the wall his first time. Now he goes the opposite field, and a slicer into right gets past Judge. Cozart will dig for third. Another double for Trout. And the Angels are in business here in the third. Double to left, double to right. He is tough to pitch to.
This is kind of his stage, you know. I mean, he's on the West Coast. A lot of people don't get to see a lot of games because they're so late. But And this guy has gotten better with his discipline and chase percentage. He's not striking out as much. It just seems like if he wants to do something different, he can. He could steal bases if he wants. He can hit for power, improve defense.
Two-one. That is hammered into left, back at the wall. It's gone, and the Angels lead it. What a night for Mike Trout. 2 doubles, a 2-run home run, and it's a 5-4 LA lead.
I just, 2 bases open, 1 base open. You've got to make sure you bounce something. That was just not a good pitch by Sonny Gray to the best player in the universe. And this ball spins and stays right there.
Just absolutely pasted by Mike Trout into left center field, and the Angels have their first lead of the night. You know, an official scorer could just say that was a sacrifice, not bunting for a hit. But I don't think he'd ever give up an at bat, because he can do that. Into left center field. That ball is down, cut off by Gardner. Digging for second is Trout, his 3rd double. It's an RBI double as Briseño scores, and it's 6-4 here in the 6th. That is 10 total bases in 4 at-bats for Mike Trout.
All right, so I'm decent with math, but not with, I'm actually really good at math, but not with some of the statistical categories as you see the 3rd double. But he came in, what, 3rd best OPS in this stadium. He's had to have gone to number 1, right, after tonight's performance. He was number 3 behind Ted Williams, Hank Greenberg. 1.058
of Cleveland doing it last September. Here comes a 2-2 from Shreve. Grounded left side from the hole. Gregorius, long throw, another hit.
How can he fly? Wow.
He is 5 for 5 and reminds the ballpark that while he can drive the ball over the wall, he can also run.
1 look's all he needed, and then he doesn't look again. That's so impressive. Didi knew too. I mean, he did everything he could. Play him deep. Trying to get rid of it as soon as he could.
Two on to Trout. That grazed him.
It's back-to-back games.
Yeah. Angels had 3 batters hit last night.
And you never like to see one of your best players, if not the best player in the world right now, getting hit back-to-back games on the exact same spot. I know they're trying to pitch him up and in. We're going to phantom cam, and same type of deal for Trout, trying to turn out of the way, bring his arm in. And this time, instead of the tricep, it's the forearm. This grazed him, though, fortunately enough for Mike Trout and the Angels. Boy, hit him once again. This time, Trout is not real happy about it. Nor is David Freese and Mike Scioscia. I mean, that's 2 pitches in a row up and in. He already hit him the time before. He was hit the game before also.
Mike Maddox out to pitch at 10 on the mound now.
Ran that fastball way in and gets him in the tricep area, elbow area once again. The same exact approach for Trout, and you look at our fan cam as he's trying to absorb that baseball in a spot where it's not as painful, but still gets him in that same tricep area again.
1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out. Trout at second. Trout takes off. The pitch is a strike. The throw down is in time. Trout wants Scioscia to look at it. He did a little swim move.
And if you wonder if he got his foot in there before a tag was applied. And so she's going to look in.
Trout finally walking off, and I wonder if they are going to at least take a gander at it downstairs.
Still waiting for a tag to be applied. Well, that's real close. And I think Mike Scioscia is thinking about it. And he's going to check it.
Yeah, they are going to check it. And the question is, you know, that whole definitive thing. It's come back to haunt not only the Angels, but many teams throughout Major League Baseball. The call on the field is out at third.
It didn't look initially that he got the tag on him. He didn't have much room to get to the bases. Holt had his whole leg blocking third base.
Showing the replay here at center field, the one that we just showed you. The ball beats Trout, but because Holt's momentum's keeping him towards first, Trout's hand's on the bag, and then the foot's on the bag.
You know what?
So
I don't even know if he ever tagged him. I think, you know, there's a chance this could be overturned.
And you hear the oohs and ahs here in the Fenway Park, and that usually tells you that the fans kind of think that maybe the umpire missed the call. John Payne, the third base umpire, is the one that made the call. See, the thing is, if you watch the replay, third base umpire's head starts to follow the hand of Trout. And therefore you lose where that left foot all of a sudden takes over. There's no tag there in the well.
And, you know, we say so many things
about I'm not gonna venture a guess here.
Well, Mike Trout does so many things that you just have that wow factor. If he somehow is ruled safe here, it didn't look like the tag was on him. That it's an unbelievable slide for Trout. Trout's convinced he's safe.
You know what? Now they blew it up here on the big score. They never tagged him until after the fact when the foot's on the bag.
Yeah, but his foot never went off the base.
Wow, what a slide. We'll see what they call him. And he is safe.
Well, he is superhuman.
Wow, overturned call. What a slide.
Is there anything in the world that Trout can't do?
There's no tag whatsoever until now. And the foot's already on the bag.
He's invisible.
That is insane.
He threw out a runner at home, Mike Napoli, and then he has that slide. That's unbelievable. That's an unbelievable slide.